Yo, what's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you another video. Your first time finding our channel, you love movie reviews, stuff like that. You guys make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Also, that video. Yes, this will be a full-on spoiler review for The Suicide Squad. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get it wrong because you guys remember the old Suicide Squad 2010 movie. Now we know that one was not too good.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you,
a little detail oriented here.
Yeah. This new Suicide Squad, I said in the other review, it makes you forget this one even existed. If it wasn't for some characters that was in this one also being in the other one, I would completely forgot this one even existed. So off of that, James Gunn, bravo. Now we're gonna get into some spoilers. First thing I'm gonna start with is the bad for me, which was Starro. I told you before the film, I said Starro is one of my favorite villains, you know, but I will say, I will go see it. Go see this on IMAX if you have not, just to see how big Starro is, I would say.
So, we might, I don't know how I feel exactly. I know how you feel generally, but Starro, we might have like a slight disagreement, but you know, I can see why you would think a certain way on how it ended.
Yeah.
So, do you like just the interpretation of Starro in general?
Man,
like,
he's such a dope character. Yeah, he can mind control the hell out of people, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they nailed that.
Like, yeah, they did. But I just think if you have a character like Starro, right, a big man, he was the first villain the Justice League ended up fighting, right? And you kill him off in this film, you know, I was like, man, y'all could have put him in a Justice League film and stuff like that. So I'm like, I felt like it was wasted. Second of all, Starro didn't even want to be on Earth, bruh. These dudes literally got him out of space. Starro minding his business, just chilling, and then people messing with him, you know? So I kind of feel sorry for Starro. He's like, man, fuck, this is what y'all deserve, shit.
It's a sympathetic villain to some degree.
Starro, like, I want to.
You see why they gotta stop him, though, but it's like, you know, it's just sympathetic too.
Yeah, and I like how they did Starro. Like, they started, like, when he was really small, and he got super big, you know? So I would say go see it on IMAX screen. This picture I'm showing y'all, don't do it justice. That dude is huge in the film. So I like Starro is one of my favorite characters, but it's just like, man, that's just my biggest bummer, man. I know.
I think the way he died too is kind of not lame, but like kind of like, I wish you got a little bit more creative. I feel like James Gunn can be more creative than that. It was definitely like, basically rats kill him.
Yeah,
not even Harley Quinn, just rats. Which, like, you know, I left to be desired.
Yeah. All right, next thing, y'all know, man, they told James Gunn, and I'm thinking same thing I'm gonna say. James Gunn, please look over all these DC projects, please. I love this film, but you know the big thing was they said, look, whoever you want to kill off, you got it. And boy, did they kill off people in the first 10 minutes. They killed off Captain Boomerang from the last film. They killed off Pete Davidson. They killed off what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yondu.
Yondu. They killed off Yondu, and it's crazy because we follow Yondu. You know, for the first 5-10 minutes, we're following him, and you see he gets killed off too. It's a sad death, you know. Who was some other character? There's a dude that like he becomes visible, like his arm just go out.
Oh, it's the dumbest power too. Bro, it's so funny.
And they play around with it too. He's like slapping people with it. Yeah, he gets killed off. Everybody that you meet in that little first group, except for Margot Robbie, because you know she got to make it through. And Rick Flag.
I think there was only 2 survivors. Well, yeah, technically there was 3 survivors.
Oh well,
Weasel.
They know that guy, but we'll talk about him later. But you know, if I'm not making this review too long or anything like that, but man, let's go into our favorite characters of the film. I'm going to say my favorite. If you guys seen the other review, my favorite is by far John Cena, Peacemaker. You know why? Because they stayed true to the character. Now, I'm going to say it. He got killed off. Well, kind of. He got killed, and we thought he's dead, but you got to remember that he has a spinoff coming out with James Gunn overseeing the whole entire thing. So, in credit scene, he pops back
and
up.
Let me say, I can't wait for that spinoff now.
Me too, bro.
I'm fucking day one, bro. I'm streaming that.
Man, the thing is, it's like you see him in Fast 9, and they don't do him no justice. You don't see how good John Cena can become as an actor as you do in this film. John Cena, man, he played that character so well. And they stayed true to his character. Like this, at the ending of the film, Amanda Waller is like, look, she doesn't need this getting out, so I will do anything to make sure. I will do anything to keep peace.
Yeah.
So he ends up killing, and we can get into him real quick, man. Rick Flag. What was his name? Rick Flag, right?
Rick Flag.
Rick Flag. Let's talk about Rick Flag real quick.
Rest in peace. Yeah, they did so much justice to this character in this film, and the 2016 Suicide Squad film. Like, there's nothing really memorable too much about him. I felt indifferent to him. I didn't hate him or anything. It was just like, man, you know, like she's just there. But in this one, like, I felt like I knew his character so much more, you know? Like, I felt more invested with him.
Yeah. And I will say that.
So when he died, it felt bad. Like, I was like, fuck.
Yeah. And they showed it like a Mortal Kombat death. You know, it was like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, why? They like really showed him die.
And like his last words were like fitting, and he was like, Peacemaker, what a joke.
Yeah.
And it's like, you could tell Peacemaker like hurt by that shit.
Yeah, he was like, damn, maybe I ain't. But I gotta stay true to my character. You know, I gotta create. But you understand John Cena's motives. You're like, I gotta create. You know, I have to keep peace. Even if I have to kill somebody. He wanted to kill somebody else. The little rat girl.
One of my favorite lines in the movie is like, it's like a joke, but it's also him being serious. He's like, I love peace. I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many women, men, and children I gotta kill to achieve it. I'm like, it's funny, but it's true. You feel like that's so dead on. Like, that's what he will do.
Having so much fun with this
character. Yeah, he had a fucking blast. You can tell he's passionate.
Let's talk about really quick Polka Dot Man. I love his character. Even like, it's funny because they don't really give him too much of a backstory, but it's just like his mom. You know, you could just tell he hates his mom.
Yeah,
and that's a running joke.
The little they give you with the backstory, they get so creative with it.
Yeah,
and it's just so much fun.
Yes, and it's a whole running joke. It's like Elba in the film was like, pretend that Starro is your mother, and we see a big version of his mom. Dude, that's work. That works.
He's like, when do you see your mom? And he's like, where do you see your mom? He's like, everywhere. And like, you're looking at the Suicide Squad, and it's like all of them as his mom.
Yes.
Yeah, I was busting out laughing. Yeah.
Man, the humor in this film is so good. Even like, I feel like accidental moment. Remember, there's a time where they're going through and they're literally showcasing their powers, they're killing everybody, and we end up figuring out that it was actually the good people that they killed. Dude, I thought that moment was so funny. They're like, the lady's like, oh, where's our men? And they're like, oh, damn. He's like, I don't know. We didn't see it, but they killed them all.
That's some of my favorite action I've seen in a superhero movie, or, you know, one of these comic book movies in general. Like, that them just having a little competition, killing all these people.
I think Idris Elba and John Cena worked so well together.
Yeah, they bounced off each other so well.
So well, man. Especially that moment they were trying to one-up each other. You know, that worked so well. Go ahead.
The chemistry between Ratcatcher 2 and Bloodsport, Idris Elba's character, was so great too. It was like he said, like, you remind me of my daughter. It does feel like they're not they're not father-daughter, but it's like, it does feel like a little bond. And I'm like, like, it's so heartful.
Now let's talk about another character. People had said that this is the best thing she's been in. This is the best Harley Quinn version, stuff like that. Margot Robbie, we'll talk about her real quick. That is Cap. I'm sorry, that's Cap.
Very much Cap.
Yeah, man, look, she's not better here than she is in Birds of Prey. But I felt like if this was like a solo movie and James Gunn oversaw it, then I feel like this would be the best version that we got. But you just don't get enough of her here to be like, this is the best you've seen. I think her best performance is still Birds of Prey, but this is a close second though. I'm not gonna lie. But it's not the best thing she's been in.
She did solid. She did what she needed to. I'm so glad they didn't use her too much.
Mm-hmm.
They easily could have.
Own thing. She's like dating a prince and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
So she's doing her own thing while the squad's doing their own stuff. You know?
Yeah, it easily could have overshadowed, which would have ruined a lot of like the character moments of the rest of the squad. So
yeah, I thought she did great. So like I said, the tone of the film, there's moments where it's serious, moments where it's sad.
the stakes were so high.
Yeah, because everybody getting goddamn killed off left and right.
It really did feel like, even with Harley Quinn, it didn't matter what character it was. I felt like anyone could die at any point. King Shark even were like.
Oh yeah, let's go on your favorite character. King Shark.
It's my favorite character. I'm gonna mention this before I go delve into King Shark a little bit more. But like, bro, like so many times I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And it's like a fucking like he falls all the way down. They shoot him constantly. He gets bitten by a lot of. I'm like thinking, damn, like when's he gonna die?
That moment.
And then like he goes berserk, and I'm so happy to see he's alive because I genuinely felt like he could die at any moment.
I think this is gonna be everyone's favorite character. It's
King
Shark.
Yeah, King Shark is
played by Sylvester Stallone.
He's
like Groot. He's like Groot.
Yeah. So like King Shark is like the perfect. Like he's perfect. He's perfect. Yeah. He's perfect. If there's like a perfect creature, it's him. It's like, okay, so he's adorable. He's innocent, but he's bloody and menacing, and also sympathetic to the degree of like he didn't have any friends, and now he's making friends. Him and Ratcatcher 2's like, and that's my second favorite character. Their little dynamic is so cute. I just love everything about him. It definitely, he doesn't even feel like a villain. It just feels like a monster that they, captured, because it's like, he's not very smart. He's just learning. He's just a learner. He's growing. Like his first introduction where he's reading a book upside down. He's like,
put that on the screen. Put that on the screen.
He's pretending to read. Yeah. He's like, I
literally just put that on the screen too. That's the funny part.
He is so adorable. He's I liked and maybe this is my bias a little bit because I saw the cartoon show of Harley Quinn with King Shark. King Shark's different in that. He's a lot more he's simple and he's still like delightful, but he's got his innocence, but he's smarter in that show. So maybe there's a little bit of bias mixed in there. But I love King Shark in this. I just love him.
He's such a big ass rock.
Yeah, and like he does feel like a superhero. Or like he does feel as strong as one, because like after all of that, like he's still up and thriving, and I love him.
I think that'd be everybody's favorite character. Honestly.
Him and Ratcatcher 2, definitely stole the show for me.
I just
everyone was so good.
Every character in here, James Gunn stayed so true to their characters. These everybody else still. Oh, we gotta be sympathetic. Let's talk about a sympathetic character that we saw in the first movie. Let's talk about a character. Let me pull her up. Now I'm talking about Amanda Waller. Y'all guys remember her in the first movie? How they kind of made her kind of good a little bit. But the thing is, her character, she's not a good person. And they stayed true to that in this one. Yeah. She's not good. Even remember the first one, like no one can mess with Amanda Waller. Even Flag was like, bro, I ain't messing with her. In this one, Idris Elba's like, oh yeah, you can suck my. I ain't doing what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? And towards the end of the film, he's like, yeah, screw you. Yes. Even like in the ending of the film, like they didn't want something getting loose, right? They didn't want this information getting back that the U.S. did a particular thing. So Amanda Waller is like, you know what? Y'all go let Starro destroy everybody. Yeah. Y'all just chill out. But he just like, bro, this chick, she's evil. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm so glad that, and it was funny. You said it earlier in the another review. You talking about how her coworkers had a personality. Go ahead.
They have personality. These feel like people. Like in the first one,
they show emotion.
In the first one, it's like, they all die because she like shoots them all, and are like if they're there, they're not really people. They're just workers. But in this, like they're placing bets on who's gonna die. Yeah, they're giving their opinions. They're actually doing their job.
It feels real.
They go against Amanda Waller, and it's like.
Yes.
And they're still living after that too. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, this is what I wanted from like some of these movies too, where I'm like, why don't these people feel like people? Like, you know, sometimes it never feels like people.
Like, even early on, Amanda Waller is pretty much holding Idris Elba's daughter for like freaking like she's holding him
and one of the staff members is like, you wouldn't really do that, right? Yeah, and then she's like, you don't know what I would do.
Yeah,
and he's like,
and that's true to her character,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they in the first one they didn't do that. First one they kind of was like.
So she feels threatening, but she also feels like stoppable too, yeah, like and its own way, like and its own way.
At the end, they beat her on the head, boy. Yeah. They said, "Come here." And she wakes up. She's like.
But it also feels like even after this film though, like it's like in an eventual sequel or something, we will see her find different ways to, you know, get one over on the Suicide Squad, or like even her staff maybe, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it always feels like it's tangible that she will get a revenge and find a way out. So yeah, she feels very threatening.
Wrapping it up, we do have another review coming out, which is like ending explained, so like that'll be coming out soon. But wrapping it up, man, what
I want to say two things that I've been having on my mind. Man, holy shit. If we get another Suicide Squad film with James Gunn, or anything with James Gunn DC related, please, I want to redeem this Jared Leto Joker. Please, James Gunn, if anyone can do it, James Gunn can do it. He can write it, he can direct it, he can maybe redesign the character too. Maybe not too much, you know, make it look... I think the design's not that bad if you do tweaks here or there. Something with Jared Leto's Joker, I would love to see that. With James Gunn's touch. I would love to see James Gunn take an approach on Joker in general. I want to see a sequel so badly. And then another thing is, man, this made me really, really, really want James Gunn to do something in the future, because I know they're going to do rated R material for the MCU. A cosmic rated R movie for James Gunn to mess with in the future. You know, Guardians already has a staple, you know, sense of humor and PG-13 rating, so he can't do that now. But like, he can do something in the eventual future with MCU rated R material, and I want to see him put his touch on that. I would love to see these two things.
Yeah. We can get on a character really quick. Oh yeah, this dude, the dude with the arms, boy, he gets killed off so goddamn fast, and his character is so stupid in the film. But and they play off of his character. Like, yo, we know this character's powers are a joke, so we gonna play it like it's a joke in the film. Yeah. We didn't get on Idris Elba's character really quick. I like Idris Elba's character. You know, you understand why he's doing what he has to do. It's because of the fact that he wants to get his daughter back.
Yeah.
And he's like, F it, bro. I'm gonna be a freaking... Well, he didn't say it, but he's like, yo, I'm about to be a freaking superhero, bro. Screw Amanda Waller. But I think Idris Elba was my second favorite character in the film. I think he did a phenomenal job. I think he had so much amount of fun with the role.
Can I say it? Even in the first act with some of the characters that died early, because, you know, it's like... yeah, they get run over or whatever. Like some of the characters, like I think Captain Boomerang got some cool moments in before he died too. Yeah. Like I was like, I'm glad to see at least some really cool shit where he throws his boomerang and like it slices off fucking heads and shit. Like they get graphic. I thought that was so cool. I think one last thing I wanted to say. What was I gonna say? Go ahead, speak.
But sorry. I'm giving this movie a 10 out of 10. I'm definitely saying go see this.
Yeah, must see for sure. Man, I'm blanking. I had something.
Well, all right. Well, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. What's your rating?
Dude, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
11 out of 10 in a way. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite.
The movie's like 2 hours, but the pacing of the film, it does not feel like it's 2 hours, honestly. Like the humor and just like how the humor moves the story along, the movie feels like an hour and 45. It does not feel like 2:20.
I remembered what I wanted to say. So I am so ready for that Peacemaker show. So I wanted to list off my favorites in ranking really quick because I have it off the top of my head. King Shark, Ratcatcher 2, Peacemaker, Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, and Harley Quinn. all in order, 6, like out of the 6 main ones.
Boy, these people right here get killed off so goddamn fast.
That's my ranking in order, and like they're all like so close to each other in terms of likability and just as a character.
Yeah.
Oh, and then one last scene. Sorry, I just love this movie. I really like that they didn't sexualize Harley Quinn too much. Just like in Birds of Prey, because it felt like she was sexy, but she felt like her own character. It didn't feel like in the first Suicide Squad, it was too much, trying too hard to like over sexualize her. It was really weird. So yeah, no, that's it.
So yeah, I'm talking about Harley Quinn right here. So yeah, y'all first time following our channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, like video, really does help. But hey, we'll see you guys in next.